Welcome to the spectacular ESPN Wide World of Sports on the campus of the Walt Disney World Resorts in Florida. Your wonderful hosts all week to the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships as we bring you the granddaddy of them all, the James P. McGuire Cup, U19 boys, Libertyville FC out of Illinois, and Cedar Stars out of New Jersey. And good morning, everyone. Alongside Dr. Sari Rose, I'm Dean Linke, and this is the oldest youth tournament for any sport in the country, the James P. McGuire Cup, and we have two great teams on display.
Well, both of these teams went undefeated in group play, but it's Libertyville that boasts 9 different goal scorers. They're going to have a battle today because Cedar Stars has a terrific young goalkeeper, Shuver Shamba, who made 2 saves during the shootout yesterday to get Cedar Stars here today.
Libertyville FC going for 3 in a row with this group. It would be great to crown it with the James P. McGuire Cup, one of the most majestic trophies you'll see in youth sports. When we return, we'll have the lineups and the kick, U19 boys. This broadcast is brought to you by New York Life. Scan the QR code now to play soccer trivia for a chance to win tickets to a U.S. soccer match, thanks to New York Life. Thanks to all of you for waking up early Sunday morning as we bring you the James P. McGuire Cup, the U.S. Youth Soccer U19 boys, and we take a look at the starting lineup for the Cedar Stars out of your home state, New Jersey.
Well, as I mentioned, Shuver Chamba is an up-and-coming young goalkeeper. Very high on him, phenomenal 1v1. And in that back line, in that 4-3-3, going to take a look at Baden Wanling, number 2. He's a captain on the team and a leader in the defense, but it's going to be 90 Kwaku that we'll show later. For Libertyville, they're playing a 4-3-3 as well. Player to watch for them is going to be number 10, and that is going to be Garcia. He has 4 goals, including a brace and a game winner on Wednesday.
Libertyville FC, coached by Surretsky. He was born in Yugoslavia, considers himself a Macedonian, and the head coach for Cedar Stars Academy, Silvers Owusu, born in Ghana, still part of St. Benedict's Prep, where he won 4 state titles and a national championship, and also now part of Cedar Stars Academy. He actually won a conference title playing for the Peacocks at St. Peter's on this field right here when he was in college, bringing it all home for the Cedar Stars Academy. Meanwhile, Libertyville FC, this team together here, they won it in 2014. They won it at the U14, they won it at the U17 and the U18, so they're trying to go for 3 in a row, 17, 18, and 19. That's class right there.
Well, and Coach talked a little bit about the pressure. Some of these players were on all 3 of those teams that won national championships, so there is a bit of pressure. For Cedar Stars, they actually won the U19 bracket 2 years ago. There's 2 players who were young on that squad who played with them, one of them being Kwaku. But once again, both of these teams are talented and have a ton of experience in big-time matches.
Cedar Stars in green, Libertyville FC in the white, and Libertyville FC in and around the 18. With the right foot, going far post, and it's going to run out of bounds and come back to the team in green, Cedar Stars Academy. A little bit more on their head coach, Silvers Owusu, born in Ghana at the age of 13, came over. He's now a U.S. citizen, went to high school at St. Benedict's Prep. As I mentioned, a leader from the get-go, a team captain as a sophomore at St. Peter's, and that's when he started getting into coaching, including St. Benedict's, the Youth Soccer World, PDA, and now with Cedar Stars Academy.
And he was one of those early coaches at PDA, got to work under Sam Nellis. What Tom Anderson did with PDA is absolutely tremendous, and so really has had a wealth of experience as a young coach and has brought that into his career now with Cedar Stars.
Libertyville. Piecing their passes together. Miguel Garcia will get it back. Garcia, first shot. And first challenge of Shuver Chamba. You hit that CH as you take a look at Chamba.
And you can see the technical ability here. It's going to be a nice little quick shot, not quite on frame, but Libertyville is a team that is going to create opportunities down the middle, but they also can look to create opportunities and try and create those overloads in the flank. But the ball is going to hopefully be on the ground a lot today if these teams are playing the style of play they like to play.
True to her point, you're seeing Cedar Stars Academy try to build it out of the back. Good high press coming from Libertyville FC. Libertyville FC, they brought 21 players, and so 3 players have had to sit out every game. And actually, I can tell you that with this kickoff at just past 7:30, at 7:05, all 21 of them were dressed, and they did not know who the 3 were. So right down to the last minute. Here comes Cedar Stars. Pushed inside by Mark Surretsky. Libertyville FC in the white uniforms. It'll be a throw-in for Libertyville.
And that's the beauty of this tournament, is the fact that you can have 21 on the roster. Both teams have been rotating a lot of players, making changes. Both coaches were concerned about the heat, but also said that they'd been managing it all week long, so they were hoping that their team was rested despite having played 4 games in 5 days.
Keep an eye on Andrew Phillips in the midfield. There he gets it now, as he's kind of the connector between the lines. And he's on it again. This time he'll push it out wide right to Mateo Ormaza as it comes back to Turnus. Karsten Turnus switches the point of attack. Pretty clean right now, as Georgie Morales had it for a moment. Once again, they'll switch it. And once again, last time it went out of bounds. This time it's taken back by Cedar Stars. Jalal Khalifa, 48, in the green uniforms of Cedar Stars. The majority of the Cedar Stars team, I would say more than 50% of them actually are from St. Benedict's Prep, one of the legendary high schools. We mentioned yesterday in one of the championships, they've got modern day superstars, but that's also where Tab Ramos, Claudio Reyna, Greg Berhalter went to school, among many other greats.
See here, just coming in late, clipping the Libertyville player there. But as I mentioned, both of these teams really pride themselves on playing a pretty style of soccer.
Running downhill was Barnshaw, Freddie Barnshaw for Libertyville FC. Stays in bounds. Plenty of time as they play it back to Mason Runyard.
It's a good look there at number 96. He's got 4 goals, leads Cedar Stars, and part of Coach Owusu's comments to Christian Cruz when he joined the team was, I want you to get fit. If you're going to be R9, I need you to get fit. And the kid committed himself all season long, and now he's been starting for them.
Yeah, lost 20 pounds in a month. I'll take one of those. They drop it back. 8 minutes in. Libertyville FC's goalkeeper, we just saw Mason Runyard. He was part of the group that was on that team that won the U14 title and the U17 title, and last year the U18 title, and he's been the man in goal, Mason Runyard. taken away by City Stars as Libertyville FC had a player down for a second, but he stands right back up. James P. McGuire Cup. Google it, folks. YouTube it to learn the history of James P. McGuire and the history of this U19 National Championship. As I mentioned, the oldest official youth sport championship in any sport in this country, and it's soccer, which is pretty fantastic, particularly when you think about how far soccer has now come, and the World Cup coming back to North America in 2026. Great showing from the USA men's Olympic team with a 4-1 win over New Zealand. And I love that their coach stuck with the lineup, because I thought they were pretty good against France until they gave up that first goal.
Once they let up that goal, it kind of just crumbled, and the score didn't necessarily reflect how well they were playing.
Tremendous response. I mean, it would be spectacular to see both the U.S. women, which of course we have high hopes for gold, and the U.S. men get out of group play.
And Cedar Stars likes to build. You can see their patience on the ball, looking to see if they can't find Kwaku in the middle. It's a good job by Cris. Hasn't been able to find the ball, so he drops all the way back into the midfield for that.
Yeah, Kwaku Ajaben is a big-time talent and a player probably headed perhaps straight to the pros. Meanwhile, as Kwaku gets on it, he's not the only big-time talent. They are missing a outstanding player, one of the best in the country. Dr. Sari Rose, tell us more about him.
Yeah, Ransford Gian, he was the 2-time National Player of the Year, 3-time State Player of the Year. He's down at Clemson taking classes. We'll talk about him more after this build-up.
Yeah, Libertyville just missed the run on the far side of the 18 and picked out of the air by Chamba. Go ahead on the player that's now with Coach Noonan.
Gian was instrumental for the Cedar Stars squad throughout their E64 league play. I think Coach Owosu was saying they hadn't lost a game in his 4 years of high school when he was at St. Benedict's, winning a number of state championships, but enrolled this summer in Clemson to get a head start and should be finding minutes for the Tigers this fall.
Mike Noonan now has Clemson as a perennial power, starting to win multiple national championships as we're 11 minutes in. Libertyville out of Illinois, part of the Greater Libertyville Soccer Association. This is Libertyville FC 1974 Elite. Foul called against Cedar Stars. That is Kwaku Ajaben.
And Libertyville's been comfortable letting the Cedar Stars knock it around. They haven't quite pressed. We were talking to the coach of Libertyville. He said that, you know, they play a couple of different styles. They're going to start out this game and kind of feel things out, get a look for how Cedar Stars is playing, and then they may look to play that high block and try and press them. They've been successful with that in previous games, but they said they really wanted to suss out the first few minutes of this match and get a feel for it and then make those adjustments.
You're hearing the voice of Dr. Sari Rose, former goalkeeper at Wake Forest, longtime coach, scout at the highest level, administrator, and now a doctor doing great things in the game. Great to have her with us Friday, Saturday, and today as part of our coverage on ESPNU. We begin this Sunday morning with the James P. McGuire Cup, the U.S. Youth Soccer U19 Boys National Championship. turned over as the Cedar Stars trying to pounce. Cedar Stars keeping possession. And a foul on the Cedar Stars, so it'll come back to Libertyville FC.
Cedar Stars just kind of got caught in the corner. We didn't see, when you're looking at the screen, didn't see a lot of movement from other players. When they're cutting that corner, can they get support from a back, look to drop it in, and then switch that? Libertyville doing a good job, even though they turned over the ball, of keeping Cedar Stars on one half of the field. And we said Libertyville wasn't necessarily looking to press early, but the Cedar Stars are. They're trying to see if they can't put pressure on that back line of Libertyville and get a turnover in that final third.
Runyard can absolutely blast a ball. Hits this one way past midfield. That's one way to get it back into the 18. Cedar Stars come back with 2 players. They shield, and it'll be a goal kick. Runyard can absolutely pound it, though.
Yeah, and one of the things they look for is that quick transition. The Cedar Stars outside backs like to get forward. They like to get into the attack, and so can Libertyville counter and expose them on the flanks.
Cedar Stars continue to do exactly what Dr. Sari Rose said they would do, is keep it on the ground, and that's exactly what Silver's Owusu said they would do. He's the head coach, top man of this Cedar Stars team. Said he was extremely proud to get his U.S. citizenship, as this is now his home.
And we've already seen a little bit of an adjustment, right? It was funny talking to him. He gave us one lineup, and then he kind of switched it, and then this morning made some other changes. But we've already seen Kwaku Ajaban, number 90, who started out as their 10. He's already shifted out wide some. They said they were going to try and move him around to see if they could get him on the ball. So even though we're 15 minutes in, already seeing those adjustments.
Libertyville FC in the white uniforms and on the ball. Cedar Stars in the green uniforms defending at the moment. They'll take it away. Good idea to touch it and try to push it forward.
And the Cedar Stars defense has done a good job of really pouncing on that pass into the midfield. Their forwards trying to force them centrally where they have numbers.
Kwaku had it ripped away.
Almost looked like he tripped, and then as he was coming down, he pulled down the Libertyville player. It's more of the pull down than anything there. The pitches here at Wide World of Sports are always immaculate. They had the mower out earlier when we were walking the field, getting it ready, but there has been a fair amount of rain each evening and some divots across the pitch, as we can see.
Garcia drops it back. Now they try to work the right flank. Mateo Ormaza, number 59, or in the throw-in. Sun starting to break through here. They move the game time up to 7:30 a.m. or back, I guess is the better way, to give them an extra half hour kind of away from the heat. But you will see it get hot really quickly. Ormaza with a chance to cross it. Goes with the soft option, yet still earns a corner kick. Corner kick coming for Libertyville FC.
And our Mazza, number 59, is that right back. So once again, Libertyville likes to get those players into the attack, very similar to Cedar Stars. Their left back, Gotts, has a number of goals this week already.
Yo, I have one here. Hey, man, on me. I have two here. Right here. Hey.
Chamba directing traffic and wasn't afraid to give a little shoulder check to the Libertyville player that is in front of him. Corner kick. Top of the 6 and in. And just like that, Libertyville FC off a corner kick gets it done. A brilliant corner going to the far post. Knocked around for 1 second and then finished, and Libertyville FC on top 1-0.
You see it's a good service in, back post, initial header, and then he was kept onside. Number 71, Martinez, was actually kept onside because the players who were on the post didn't step out after that initial play.
5-0 as it turns out. So congratulations to Oscar Martinez, goal number 1. Miguel Garcia, first to meet him there. Karsten Turnus also over there. You just saw a good look at 71, Oscar Martinez, as Libertyville FC, this team winning it as a group, the majority of them winning the U14 US Youth Soccer title, winning the U17, and then last year winning the U18. And here they are back again with a chance to win the U19, 3 in a row. That would be incredible. 20 minutes in, they lead it 1-0.
And the fact that they have 4 or 5 players that were on all of those teams over the years is another testament to this Libertyville club. Always a fan of the development process and those clubs that can bring players along throughout the ages.
We've talked about it before as part of either the U13 or U18 National Championships. It is an honor to be chosen as a referee for the National Championship program. Muhammad Kalia is the man in the middle. Soren Christensen is the A1. Maria Banguera, the Colombian, is the A2. And Kwaku Bakari is the 4th official. That's your officiating crew here. Letting you know early that around the 22nd minute or so, there will be a hydration break. They have been taking them in both halves. Libertyville FC, a 1-0 lead. Off a corner, knocked down, and kept on side was Oscar Martinez, and he was able to go between the legs of Schubert Chamba. Looking for that second one. Chamba actually looked a little bit too far over. He was definitely protecting the near post, but everything on the other side was wide open.
Well, he's a developing goalkeeper. When we talked to his goalkeeper coach, David Pekarek, who traveled with the team, he said he's developing. One of his strengths is he is a phenomenal 1v1 goalkeeper. He likes to come off of his line. He likes to stay big, maybe a little bit eager there in that moment. It is the finals, but Coach Pekarek was very impressed with this young keeper.
He's one of the assistants for Silvers Owusu, Kieran Patrick, Alan Tardew. Their CEO is George Atias, and then helping out as well as Anthony Nixon and Jimmy Wanding. That's the full staff for Cedar Stars, who find themselves down a goal here as we are approaching that hydration break time.
And this pressure from Libertyville is good. I think they want to even put more pressure on that back line, see if they can't force a turnover there.
Picked out of the air by Libertyville. That's Mitchell Fine. Cedar Stars will win it back and try to build it out of the back. Left to right, it's Surretsky 18, Rosario 15, Cole 38, and Wandling number 2 on that back line. Once again, Ormaza, who's looked good. His penetrating pass, trying to get into the 18, knocked away and did not quite make it there. So now the Cedar Stars committed to keeping it on the floor.
And if Libertyville turns over the ball with Ormaza up forward, Cedar Stars has to try and play out quickly and see if they can't get into that space that Ormaza left. I think Cedar Stars being able to try and isolate those flanks, get into the space that those outside backs left, and play quickly is going to be key. Their build-up's been a little bit slow in these first 20 minutes.
And they just give it away. Trying to drop it into space is Libertyville FC, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. The transition is on for Libertyville FC. There's the goal scorer, Oscar Martinez. So this is the hydration break. The James P. McGuire Cup, U.S. Youth Soccer U19 Boys National Championship, and Libertyville FC with a 1-0 lead by a goal from Oscar Martinez.
And Martinez is just a terrific player. You know, one of his strengths is his speed, but it's here, him just getting in the right spot. So it's a nice long ball to the back post. It's flicked in, and then he just finds himself wide open. He actually stepped off of the goalkeeper, and it looked like Cedar Stars just didn't have anyone on him, and he is wide open 3 or 4 yards off of the post, and that has got to be better marking for Cedar Stars.
Tremendous value in scoring the first goal in soccer. A lot of data will tell you that when you score that first goal, a good majority of the time you win the game. Let's take a look at how both teams got here. We talked about the fact that both of them have been successful. The Cedar Stars beat the Impact 1-0, the Galaxy 3-1, and another clean sheet against the Legends. Libertyville 3-2 over Hex FC. They beat MOBA 5-1, and then the Rush 6-1 as 14 goals for, now 15, 4 against for Libertyville FC.
Yeah, Libertyville had a little bit of an easier semifinal versus Spire. They won 2-0. It was Cedar Stars that had to go into a shootout to beat the Indiana Fire. It was 4-4 going into kicks, and the Cedar Stars won 4-3 on kicks. So a long game for the Cedar Stars in that semifinal, whereas Libertyville, a little bit easier route, got to rest some players. But as we mentioned, this is going to be a pretty game. Ball on the ground, looking to see the build-up. Great goal there by Martinez to kick it off, and I think we're going to see some more.
The hydration break complete. Both teams back out there as you're watching the James P. McGuire Cup, the USYS Soccer U19 Boys National Championship. Libertyville FC out of Illinois with a 1-0 lead over the New Jersey's Cedar Stars. Cedar Stars starting to see a little bit more space between the lines. Kwaku dribbles into trouble. There were 3 white jerseys, so clearly the scout is on. Keep an eye on number 90. Kwaku Ajaben.
As we mentioned, he's just floating everywhere. He'll store in the 10. Saw him out on the right instead of Jack Dvorin. A lot of versatility on both of these teams. Both coaches have talked about how they've had to make some adjustments with the heat, getting some players in different positions. You called out Mitchell Fine, 44 on Libertyville. He's playing as a defensive center mid, but he's somebody that we may also see getting into the attack more because he's usually that attacking center mid, but you can see him on the left side of your screen there.
Cedar Stars trying to chip it into space. Early foot race won by Cedar Stars. Now they've got a chance to slide it into the box. Picked back up as running over there was Oliveira. Headed away by Jacob Cole. And now they build again. 29 minutes. Kwaku. He's got some magic feet as he finds Mark Surretsky. Right back to Kwaku. Right side for Baden Wanling.
Good fucking work, girl.
And that'll be a corner kick. So corner kick coming now for the Cedar Stars Academy out of New Jersey. That was Jack Devorin, number 39. See Christian Cruz, 96.
And set pieces, corner kicks are so critical to the success of teams, especially in these older ages. We saw the goal earlier. Let's see what happens here.
Driven in, minute 30, and it'll sail over the crossbar. Pretty good corner kick. Always want to try to head it down, but wasn't at the right angle to do it. So now Runyard will run it down with Libertyville FC on top 1-0. Sergej Smolesky, the head coach for Libertyville. Born in Yugoslavia, he's Macedonian, found himself in the Chicago area. His dad was actually a pro and national team player for Macedonia. He's got a son that plays soccer. Milan, he actually is on the bench helping out. Shot, and Chamba gets down low, big time save. It'll be another corner kick coming for Libertyville FC.
Libertyville just capitalizing on isolating the center back here. Not much. Gianni Rosario gets spun around, and then it's a quick shot, and good save there by Chamba.
See Libertyville FC trying to bunch all together. There'll be quite a bit of physical contact there as Mohamed Khalil, the referee, will keep an eye on that.
Well, and they now have somebody on Oscar Martinez. Last time after the ball was struck, they really lost their marks, and they've got to stay on them even after that second ball.
Mitchell Fine at corner. That actually hit either the crossbar or the post. Curling in.
And this is where I'd like to see Cedar Stars. Can they press more? Can they try and win the ball and play quicker? They're very comfortable knocking the ball around the back, but they have to be more dangerous. Can they play quicker? Can they look for that penetrating pass, whether that's into Kwaku, or can they find Oliveira or Devorin on the flanks?
Libertyville pushing forward. That was Karsten Turnez, the big center back that started it, but Cedar Stars take it right back. It'll stay with Cedar Stars. Cedar Stars Academy in all green, Libertyville FC in the white. Oscar Martinez, number 71. Loose ball off a corner kick. He's the difference in the game as Libertyville FC leading Cedar Stars Academy by a score of 1-0. Minute 33. Did have the hydration break, so got to assume at least 2 minutes added on. Just a few fouls. Fair play to both these teams as it's been fairly clean. You can tell there's what appears to be a lot of mutual respect between these two squads.
And you can hear the coaches screaming, find feet, right? They're looking to see if they can build. This is fine. Thought he was going to maybe wind up and try and take that hit.
Yeah, good run coming from Mitchell Fine, wearing the double fours. Turned back inside by Miguel Garcia. That's going to sail long.
That's one of those things where he's looking to try and put shots on goal. We've seen Schuver cough up a ball a little bit. He did have a player wide, right? Instead of trying to play maybe an off-angle shot, can he play it out to Martinez for that serve in? We've seen a fair amount of play for Libertyville down the center of the pitch, but they talked about the ability of Martinez and Barnshaw out wide. We haven't seen those services from the flank as much from Libertyville.
That's great pressure from Garcia to win it back. We mentioned 21 players for Libertyville FC. They sit 3, and Coach Surretsky Smolesky said he's tried to rotate the 3 around to keep everybody fresh, and clearly he knows the formula, as this group right here is going for their 3rd U.S. Youth Soccer National Championship in a row. Oliveira stays with it, 46. He is at St. Benedict's and hopes to actually play with an MLS Academy team, with still a dream to go ahead and play in college.
And look at the numbers of Libertyville surrounding Christian Cris. Libertyville is doing such a terrific job of defending in small groups. Every time we're seeing a Cedar Stars player receive the ball, there's one player putting pressure on and there's 1 or 2 players giving cover, making it very difficult for Cedar Stars to play into any of these pockets because of the numbers of Libertyville.
Indeed. They had 3 around Kwaku, and as you just duly noted, they also had 3 around Christian Cris, so it is working for that back line. Pretty sure that was Karsten Ternes who knew where the camera was.
Well, what's interesting is coaches were saying that they actually went online and were watching the streams. They were trying to get a little bit of footage of some of the other teams and doing a little bit of scouting, and so potentially picking up where they can make their presence known and get a little camera love.
Frankie Hernandez, number 45, coming in for Libertyville, and then also Ezekiel Maya, number 53, coming in for Libertyville. Harrison Garcia, number 34, coming in for Cedar Stars, and number 48, Jalal Khalifa. 37-minute.
Well, we mentioned there were 9 different goal scorers from Libertyville. They just made some substitutions. 5 of their 16 goals got scored off of the bench. So we mentioned they have such a potent attack, but here's Kwaku with the turnover.
Kwaku, so quick. Drops it over, a little bit more room. They try to give it back to Kwaku, and it's not quite there. There was a player open on the left side. Good little burst coming now from Cedar Stars as they search for that equalizer. High press coming for Libertyville. Chamba sends it long. That was Barnshaw with the nifty little spin to keep it. Now it'll come back to Chamba. And once again, the Cedar Stars at minute 38 will build it out of the back.
Well, Libertyville, as I mentioned, is doing a great job of clogging the middle of the pitch, making it really hard for Kwaku to get the ball or Christian Cris to find anybody when he does get the ball. Can Cedar Stars work the ball outside? Can they create some overloads on the flank, switching that ball out wide? They've got somebody out on the right. Not the best pass by Kwaku there, but at least he was looking for it because it was on.
Kwaku. Angled ball.
Left Andrew, left Andrew.
Played up front, chance for a shot, and a pretty good one coming from Cedar Stars from Harrison Garcia. Just into the game.
Garcia had a ton of space, right? He drops in here to get the ball back. No pressure by Libertyville. Finds himself about 30 out and decides to just rip a shot, but that's because Libertyville dropped off, and that's because he popped into that space. So like to see that change with Garcia in the middle. His movement to create that space and that shot.
Jorge Hernandez is going to come in for Mitchell Fine for Libertyville FC. As I mentioned earlier, part of the Greater Libertyville Soccer Association. So Jorge Hernandez now in there for Libertyville. Oscar Martinez with an early goal off a corner kick for Libertyville FC, number 71. The difference so far here in the first half of the James P. McGuire Cup, looking for the second, and they get it. Turning with it, the celebration coming from Frankie Jimenez, and Frankie Jimenez has made it 2-0 Libertyville.
We've got a great look here. That's that long ball in, right? We talked about the importance of the counterattack. It's going to fall into him. Little bit of a kerfuffle in the middle as he tries to get a hold of it, but now he just good cut inside. And Chamba comes out, but doesn't quite stay as big as he should. Drops to the ground a little bit early, and that opens up the space for Jimenez to get his third goal of this tournament.
For me, Dr. Sari Rose, the work, if they track it back, 2 flicks on head balls by Ezekiel Maya, number 53. And it was actually kind of cool watching Maya just sort of run the ball in from Jimenez. But without Maya winning those 2 challenges, there's no way Jimenez gets it back. And then Jimenez with that momentum running downhill. And Libertyville FC looking strong with a 2-0 lead in minute 41.
And now an urgency from Cedar Stars becomes even more important. There's still a lot of time in this game. We know they've got some potent players in the attack, but they've got to really look to see, can they transition quicker?
Mark Surretsky waiting for the throw-in. As you see, Andrew Slago. So now, Cedar Stars Academy out of New Jersey with just a little bit of wood to chop against this talented and loaded, deep, again, 21 players here. You can only list 18 per game, so every game, as we showed you, they've both won all their games. They have had to decide who the 3 that sit out are. That's got to be tough. You know, especially this one, the James P. McGuire Cup Championship game.
Well, and I think both coaches have been rotating players throughout the week, right? You're looking at the competition that you're playing, looking at who you've got up next. The versatility of these players, right? You need players who can play multiple positions in the championship. There is unlimited subs, but being able to have those adjustments is key. And Kwaku is on this. I'm interested to see if he's going to take it.
Martin Pogari also over there. Kwaku. So he knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Minute 43.
Just not the execution they needed on that set piece, but
Martinez will switch it. That's Maya again. All over the field. Ezekiel Maya winning aerial balls, and it's two aerial balls that led to the ball landing at the feet of Jimenez, who just kept on going right downhill and made it 2-0. Libertyville on top of Cedar Stars. Cedar Stars will get a corner kick. Corner kick coming. That's Mark Surretsky making a pretty good run. Corner kick, and that'll go out of bounds. Libertyville FC, coached by Surretsky Smolesky, assisted by Josh Paskowitz and Brian Mansell, and their executive director, who actually coached that 14 team, Michael Zovostoski, flew in late last night, and it's my understanding that he plans to be either on the bench or in the crowd supporting this team that he's also been closely tied to.
And I like how Cedar Stars, in 3 touches, they're looking to switch the point of attack. Can they unbalance this Cedar Stars back line? Even up 2 goals, I think it's imperative that they keep trying to push. Can they get a 3rd goal? As we saw yesterday, 3 goals sometimes isn't even a safe lead. As the girls U18 game, NCFC found themselves up 4-1 and then had to battle back in overtime to win 5-4.
Cedar Stars, as we'll have 4 minutes of added time. See it now on your ESPNU screen. 4 minutes.
Reset, guys, reset.
Oscar Martinez and Frankie Jimenez. Jimenez.
And this is Cedar Stars trying to press more. Can they win the ball in that attacking third?
All the way back to Chamba. Yeah, Silver's Owusu will need to figure quite a few things out here at halftime.
But that was the right idea there, right? Technically couldn't hang on to it, but recognizing that he can get the ball into the flank. It's a good long ball in, just not able to keep it in play. But I like that quick transition. I like them trying to play forward a little bit. Coaches like to play pretty, but it's a balancing act of building. Can they go down the middle? Can they go down the flanks? Every once in a while, you want to play that long ball in to keep the back line of the opposing team honest.
We're just about 2.5 minutes into the 4 minutes of added time. Libertyville FC in the white uniforms, and with the 2 goals, they work the left flank. Good overlapping runs. We've seen that really from the opening whistle here as part of our coverage of the James P. McGuire Cup. College football fans know that the Rose Bowl is the granddaddy of all the bowl games, but this is indeed the granddaddy of all the soccer championships. Been around longer than any other sport. James P. McGuire Cup, USYS Soccer U19 Boys National Championship. Libertyville Soccer Club out of Illinois 2. Cedar Stars Academy out of New Jersey 0. Said it before, it's worth saying it again. The majority of this Libertyville team won the U14 National Championship, and then the
U17 2 years ago. Last year, the U18, as this group looking to go for 3 in a row.
We're not even necessarily, there we go. We weren't necessarily seeing those midfield checking to try and find if they can get open. Comfortable with the back line, just pinging it around, but
finally found a pass inside the 18, but immediately sent out of there. Back on it again, Cedar Stars. Gianni Rosario, number 15.
And Coach Owusu talked about the fact that Kwaku was starting in the middle, then he wanted him out wide. I think, can they find him? He's on the ball now, but he's constantly under pressure. I'd almost like to see him out on the flank, and then can they find him and see what he can do on the flank? He's just hasn't been able to really work with others in the middle of the pitch, and I'd like to see how he is if he's isolated out wide.
That was a pretty good ball that found the head of Harrison Garcia, but that is going to be the end of the first half. It is the James P. McGuire Cup, the U.S. Youth Soccer U19 Boys National Championship. And at the half, that man right there, Oscar Martinez, got goal number 1. Frankie Jimenez, goal number 2. Libertyville FC 2, Cedar Stars 0. Halftime of the prestigious USYS James P. McGuire Cup, the 19U Boys National Championship, and Libertyville FC, a team looking to win 3 in a row, have a 2-0 lead over Cedar Stars. When we return, Dr. Sari Rose will break down the first half highlights. Halftime of the James P. McGuire Cup, the USYS National Championships for 19U Boys, and Libertyville FC with a 2-0 lead here at the fantastic ESPN Wide World of Sports. Great to be with all of you. Great to be with Dr. Sari Rose. I'm Dean Linke, and really, if you think about it, everything going well for Libertyville. They got a goal in the first 15, and they got a goal in the last 15 of the first half.
Well, we knew they were going to come out, and we knew that we were going to see some pretty soccer. They've done a really good job of keeping the ball on the ground and being patient in the attack. And then when they've needed to counter quickly, they have. I've been really impressed with that team executing the coach's game plan. On the flip side, I think Cedar Stars has to be tighter defensively, and we've got to see them get the ball wide. It's been really one-dimensional for the Cedar Stars squad so far.
All right, Dr. Sari Rose, let's take a look at the 2 goals for Libertyville FC.
Well, once again, a great job and effort there by Martinez to get that initial ball in. And then all Martinez has to do is step off of his player, and he is wide open. And that's his first goal of the event. 9 different goal scorers, and he makes the 10th. But here, it's a great long ball in. It's going to be kept alive by Ezekiel Maya, right? Comes in, he's going to get a little bit of a header there, and now it is going to be the Jimenez show, and just a good job of just toe poking that past Chamba. We talked about how Chamba was good coming off of the line, but just went down a little bit too quickly there, and it made it an easy poke in for Jimenez.
Good celebration for Frankie Jimenez. The highlights brought to you by VO. This broadcast is brought to you by Spring Hill Suites. Find space for the whole team at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, the official hotel partner of U.S. Youth Soccer. Soccer Sunday Championship style, the James P. McGuire Cup, the USYS National Championship, 19U Boys with Libertyville FC on top of Cedar Stars 2-0. Dr. Sari Rose, break down the first half stats, please.
Well, you can see it's 7-5 in favor of Libertyville. Cedar Stars really didn't have a ton of great opportunities in that first half, and then it's even on corner kicks. I think corner kicks are going to play a vital role in the second half. Libertyville has to deny Cedar Stars those opportunities. Once again, not a lot of fouls. It's been a pretty clean game so far, and there's a good look at the second goal scorer, Frankie Jimenez.
19th minute and 40th minute.
Big smile from the Libertyville team. So Dr. Rose, you were just talking about the weather. 79 degrees, feels like 100, 85% humidity.
Well, and that's the big difference. As soon as you walk outside, you're just hit with that heat and that humidity. As you mentioned, Libertyville's got 21 players. Players didn't know who was playing at the start of this match. Coach rotated players each game. Cedar Stars backup goalkeeper picked up an injury, but they've also came down with 20 players. And Coach Owasu was really trying to rotate players as well, looking to see what changes he made at halftime. As I mentioned, he spoke so highly of Kwaku and his technical ability on the ball, and that he can play centrally or they can float him out wide. And we didn't see him out wide as much as I think we might like.
Second half underway of the James P. McGuire Cup. The Cedar Stars Academy still looking for their first goal in the USYS Soccer U19 Boys Championship. They're in the green. Libertyville FC with the 2-0 lead.
And it bodes well. They got up quick. They got that ball wide to number 46, Christian Oliveira right there. And that's Kwaku checking back, gets the ball in. And what I like about this image here is that's Kwaku who overlapped out wide and then was able to play the ball into Oliveira, who had cut inside. So that initial play started from the midfield and then got Kwaku out wide supporting Oliveira.
Kwaku back in the midfield now, but I can tell you during the breaks, Dr. Sari Rose asking for exactly what you just saw, and that is Kwaku to get a little bit more freedom out wide. He served a pretty good ball in there. We'll see if they can find him more here in the second half as they try to get one at a time and pull back in this one.
And just more intensity from the Cedar Stars squad in these opening minutes.
Deflected off though and come back to Libertyville FC. Tackled out of bounds. It'll be a throw in back to Libertyville. Libertyville FC with a goal of winning back-to-back titles. Myself with a goal with the idea of trying to say Libertyville FC correctly 10 times in a row. It's not been that easy. It reminds me of that insurance commercial. Really like number 53 here for Libertyville. Ezekiel Maya. I like the way he fights out there. Sliding tackle.
He's got a great engine. As we mentioned, the 4 or 5 players coming off of the bench for Libertyville have had just as much success scoring goals as players on the pitch.
There he is again, Maya. I mean, he has won every aerial battle he's been involved with. And he's more of a front runner type player. Impressive. Oscar Martinez scored goal number 1 for Libertyville. Martinez trying to create his own space, a little push and a foul called against Martinez.
And you see that explosiveness, right? I mean, he's trying to get through those 2 defenders. Very pacey.
Played back as you're seeing some new players make their way in for Libertyville. Andrew Phillips, number 67.
And Cedar Stars just have not been able to really win any ball that's been served long or really anything in the middle of the pitch.
Oscar Martinez puts it in the middle, creating all kinds of options. Now the overlapping run coming from Gotts. And Gotts will earn a throw in. Alex Gotts. A lot of these players are taking an extra year at St. Benedict's Prep, hoping to find a college or the pro route. We can tell you for Cedar Stars, Gianna Rosario is headed to Cornell to play college soccer. Pretty impressive high academic achievement for Rosario.
Well, you talked about the illustrious soccer history of St. Benedict's, but the two center backs for Cedar Stars, Rosario and Cole. Cole's looking at Duke. He's trying to decide whether or not he wants to walk onto a team at some point or just play club soccer, but the academics at St. Benedict's are also top-notch.
Well said. Baden Wandling, whose father helps with the team. Oliveira, pressured by Oscar Martinez. Oliveira. Now you're really seeing the discipline of this Libertyville team with their attacking players getting back and helping out on defense. There's my man, Maya. Maya wins it. Maya cuts it back in. Maya's got an extra gear as well. And Maya was hoping to earn a whistle right there. Almost did. Fun player to watch. Ezekiel Maya.
That was good footwork, but with, once again, individual battles. Cedar Stars being able to step up and win those is crucial.
Oscar Martinez. For Maya. It's been the Martinez and Maya show here to start the second half of the James P. McGuire Cup. Sent long, little pressure coming. No problem for the big man, number 1, Mason Runyard, who was in goal when this squad won the U14 national title a couple years ago, U17, and then U18. This team's been together, the majority of them, for quite some time.
And Cedar Stars does look a little bit fatigued. They're really chasing the ball a lot of times.
Libertyville. Maya drops it over and plays it right to the feet of Andrew Slago, who can't quite get it on frame.
We talked a little bit about just the fatigue and just Cedar Stars getting back to support. So once again, wide open at the top of the box there is Slago. Couldn't put it on frame, but the organization of Cedar Stars to be able to find players, get players back. If I'm Colin Rosario, I'm screaming at players to come and support me. Where's my defensive center mid?
Long ball headed in the corner, and it'll run away.
And it's been a long week for this squad. You know, we've been a little bit critical of this back line just because Libertyville's been doing so well. But we've got to remember, Cedar Stars, they posted 2 shutouts. They had only let up 1 goal going into the semifinals. So people at home just have to remember this is a long event, especially in the heat. 5th game in 6 days here.
Kwaku out wide right. They heard the message from Dr. Sari Rose, and that leads to a corner kick. So a corner kick coming for New Jersey's Cedar Stars Academy. That was Martinez, the attacking player, getting back.
When we're looking at this age in college players, because of the technical ability of these players, as I mentioned in the first half, denying these opportunities is imperative because these players are so skilled and set pieces can really turn a game.
Here comes the corner kick for Cedar Stars, headed first by Libertyville. Cedar Stars keeping it alive. So minute 55. Kwaku trying to make the turn. Somehow gets it back. I have no idea how he did it. Still deflected. Good hard tackle. The urgency, you're seeing it now from Cedar Stars Academy, bringing the extra intensity, winning those 50-50 balls, which are so important when you're trying to climb back into a game. Back over to Kwaku. Kwaku right now with just one on him. Overlapping run coming. Kwaku knew it. First time service. Wow, that's really good soccer. Just the finishing piece not there.
And that's what we need to see, right? The first time we saw Kwaku, he had 3 defenders on him. That time he got immediate support. Great little overlapping run by Baden Wandling. We haven't said his name that much.
One back, shot deflected, top of the 18. That back line supporting Mason Runyard, who will be headed to Wisconsin Green Bay to play college soccer. This is Jacob Cole, number 38, who gives it up for Cedar Stars. Possession in the second half. It's been pretty much the team in green, Cedar Stars, and they'll earn a whistle. Free kick opportunity.
We've seen a lot more intensity, and we've seen a lot more movement and support by Cedar Stars, and just comes in hard and clips his ankles.
So Baden Wandling earning that whistle. Martin will come over the ball.
Let's go, G. That's your ball.
He is from Columbia, headed to Rutgers Newark. Minute 57. Whistle from Muhammad Kalia, the referee. Sent in, loose, save, big time save. Reaction save there by Runyard.
And that's a massive reaction save by Mason Runyard. This ball's gonna get played in. It actually is gonna get, that's a shot right there, and just a quick gets his arm up and gets his body behind it. Great job by Mason Runyard there. He's part of that group, as you mentioned, that won the 3 national championships. But you know, they said he was quick. They said he was a solid player, and great save there to keep the clean sheet.
There's all his left paw right there, his left hand, incredibly strong. Kwaku on the turn. Thought there was a handball. They'll play on. Make no mistake, Cedar Stars Academy are making a statement saying we are not going away. We are going to try to get back into this game. Big time save, though, from Mason Runyard.
I think that might have been Garcia, actually. That was 34 with a nice quick shot, but good reaction save there, especially under pressure and really a little bit blindsided.
Wow, just stuck his paw out there and kind of froze it. Even got a little spin on it and popped it right back up to him.
A little bit of a hockey, right? Just throw your glove up.
19, Georgie Morales will come in. So Georgie into the game. You can see the players absolutely drenched in this heat. If you're Silver's Owusu, no, you don't have a goal yet, but you got to be really pleased. As I say that, Ezekiel Maya, he's so unselfish. Will drop it over with a chance to make it 3-0, and good help defensively as Georgie Morales just into the game, and Ezekiel Maya found him. Kwaku rather remains on the right side for Cedar Stars. Let's see if they eventually find him here. This is a really good run by Cedar Stars. They do find Kwaku. Kwaku
And once again, the covering defense by Libertyville, making it so difficult for Cedar Stars.
That engine of Ezekiel Maya.
Well, we said that Shuvert Chamba was good 1v1 defensively, and we're going to see here Ezekiel Maya with a fantastic pass, splits the defender. But look, he's going to wait. He's going to wait, and then he comes up. Does go down a little bit early, but he had help there. But I like his hesitation initially to make sure that he was in a good position and a good angle.
Good look there at Chamba. Meanwhile, for Libertyville, number 53, Ezekiel Maya, continues to be extremely unselfish, battles to win those 50-50 balls, and appears to be a pass-first player. Mitchell Fine is going to check back in for Surretsky Smolesky.
Be interesting to see if Fine checks in as a defensive player or more as an attacking player. He's somebody who we saw him early on making those runs into the attack.
That's Freddie Barnshaw, number 2, starter, back into the game.
Have to appreciate the 2 subs he just made, have 4 goals between the 2 of them. So once again, Libertyville looking to see if they can get a hold of this ball and get more into the attack here.
Barnshaw, a younger player, was not part of any of the titles as he looks to win his first one, and he'll take a shot. Oh my, wow, a laser that had eyes but just sails over the crossbar by a foot or 2.
And Cedar Stars given too much space, right? He's going to step up to this. Nobody necessarily steps to him quickly, right? As that ball's coming across, Cedar Stars anticipate that. Can we get a player to that quicker? If you've been watching number 71, Oscar Martinez, he's actually a right-footed player on that left side. So a lot of times that we've seen him get the ball, he's cutting inside. And so recognizing that that's on and then being able to step up to that pass is going to become important.
Libertyville FC, one of the most unselfish teams I've ever seen, and that's probably why they continue to rattle off titles. Martinez splits the 2 defenders. Martinez will knock it right to Chamba. Next opportunity, Surretsky Smolesky will try to get Miguel Garcia back into the game. Good look there at Christian Oliveira, 63rd minute. And now if you're Silvers Owusu, you almost got to say, I gave it everything I can right there. I told him to charge the first 15 minutes, and they didn't get anything out of it. So now they got to kind of shake it off, reset, and charge again.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. He talks so much about being able to play different formations, and his squad could play a 4-3-3. They could play a 3-5-2, like switching things around. We've seen a couple of interchanges between players, but now in these next 27 minutes or so, are we going to see him make some adjustments to his formation to try and get more power in the attack? I think part of his hesitancy of trying to send another back forward is his center backs have struggled against this Libertyville attack. And so having 4 in the back becomes important. So what other adjustments can be made? And for me, a great attack always starts with, a great defense starts with that attack. Can you get Wandling forward? Can you get Surretsky forward? We saw Wandling have some success on the right side, trying to create those overloads with Kwaku.
Georgie Morales, who almost made it 3-0 here in the second half, has looked good off the bench for Surretsky Smolesky. Oscar Martinez, that right foot, nobody home. Surretsky Smolesky, as I mentioned, his dad was a pro and played for the Macedonia national team. One of the more famous Macedonians in the college game is Maryland's 3-time national champion head coach Sasho Surretsky, who married Shannon Higgins, a part of that 1991 U.S. Women's World Championship team over in China. And looked like a foul right there. They won't give it to Oscar Martinez.
But look at the pace of Martinez. His first 5 steps are so quick. Coaches at Purdue Fort Wayne will be happy that he'll be attending there this fall.
Good turn by Georgie. Gotts. For me, one of the things that's impressed me about this Libertyville team is not only the fact that they're unselfish, but they're extremely disciplined. And I actually don't think Martinez flopped there. I mean, they're not doing a lot of that flopping that sometimes you see at this level. They're just playing, and they are winning 50-50 balls. Cedar Stars Academy going to try to figure out how to crack that code. Kwaku sends it down to the end line, and the attempt to cross deflected back, but Cedar Stars Academy will have another opportunity. We're in minute 67. Great move, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. Corner kick coming for Cedar Stars Academy out of New Jersey. Minute 67. Muhammad Kalia headed over. Looks like he's going to give a card. He is going to give a card to Surretsky Smolesky, the top man for Libertyville FC.
And we know that Mason Runyard is a quality keeper. He's got a good presence. Can Cedar Stars maybe put a little pressure in front of him, give him and shake him up? They only have one player on him.
Sent across. So Coach Smolesky did get a verbal warning earlier. He continued, so he'll get a card for dissent from the sideline. Knocked away. One back by Cedar Stars. Good move by Jacob Cole, who will earn the whistle.
Johnny, come on, move the ball. Two. Three.
The yellow card is issued on the tackle.
Once again, it's stepping in.
One more. I just need one.
And that's what's drawing that foul. Let's see what Kwaku can do on this. Last time they tried to just play him in short, it got broken up very easily by Libertyville. I'd like to see if they can maybe either try and put something on frame or at least put something out of Mason Runyard's range, and then can they get ahead into it? Libertyville's too organized defensively for some of the cheekiness that they tried to do earlier.
Kwaku Ajaben. Kwaku bends one in. Kwaku always expected to make a heavy lift for this team. So dynamic, and he'll earn the corner kick. It was Oscar Hernandez that they gave the yellow card to. Wasn't sure if it was him or Oscar Martinez, who came in late right behind Hernandez, but we're being told it's number 16, Oscar Hernandez, with the yellow card for Libertyville, as Cedar Stars with yet another corner kick here. Minute 70, 2-0. You can hear Mason Runyard loud and clear. Keep. It'll be another corner kick coming for Cedar Stars.
That's it. That was a nice clear array, right? Can we just punch it and get it out? And then it's imperative that his team pick up that second ball.
Mateo Ormaza coming into the game. Oscar Hernandez got that yellow card, so well managed by Surretsky Smolesky. Last thing you want to do is get a red with plenty of time left. We are in that hydration zone, so see what happens after this corner kick. Near post, bouncing, headed out of the 18, but kept alive. Kwaku back again with his left foot, far post, trying to find a teammate, and it falls into the hands of Mason Runyard, who's always in the right spot. He'll roll it on the ground. And just like that, here comes Libertyville.
And they've got Martinez wide open.
Martinez has it now. Martinez gonna crank it. And it's gonna be a little bit too high.
Good recovery by Cedar Stars to get back and put pressure on Oscar Martinez, but he was wide open and they just weren't able to find him quick enough. I think not quite the pace of the pass on there. It's a good look to split the defenders here. A little bit played back. You want to see that ball played in front so he can run onto it, but he still gets control of it and hits a shot.
Both these teams really well coached. I feel like one of the differences, what you're seeing from Libertyville, is when these subs come on, they are bringing everything and then some. Here's Martinez again, as Dr. Sari Rose mentioned, that right foot, trying to thread the needle. Waiting for Muhammad Kalia, the referee, to blow the whistle for the hydration break. They'll let him play on. It's been end to end here. After that corner kick, a chance to get one, and they do. 2-1, and the score coming from Christian Oliveira. And they'll pull it back here in minute 73. Christian Oliveira.
And look at this just unbelievable ball. That's Kwaku with his left. Just floats it over Libertyville, and Oliveira with a great job to control it and then just buries it into the corner. But a well-struck ball by Kwaku and a clinical finish there by number 46, Christian Oliveira. And that's his fourth goal of this event. He was the hero for them in the semis, and hopefully helping Cedar Stars to have a resurgence here with about 18 minutes left.
And coming off of that goal from Oliveira, which cuts the lead in half, we will have the hydration break.
And to be fair, I think this is perfect timing. Once again, Cedar Stars looked a little fatigued. Great effort there by Kwaku and a great run by Oliveira, but looked like they were a little slow in transition for the last 10 minutes or so, and now it also gives Libertyville a chance to regroup after that goal.
The James P. McGuire Cup, U.S. Youth Soccer 19U Boys National Championship. It's now 2-1, and here's the game summary.
And just an unbelievable header, then a fantastic finish by Martinez. Once again, just popped off of the line there and then able to turn quick and bury it. And you can see the celebration. And then here's Ezekiel Maya keeping that ball alive. Gets to play it in to Frankie Jimenez. And you're going to see just that little touch, and now he just gets to poke it right over Shuvert Chamba. And I like it. It's just that we talk about goal scorers. Sometimes it's not a blast. It's just recognizing you can do a little poke, and that's what it was. But here was Kwaku with the left-footed long diagonal ball in, and Christian Oliveira just finishes it to the corner to make it 2-1 Libertyville over the Cedar Stars. As I said, there's about 16 minutes now left to play with limited stoppage, Dean, right? It's been a pretty clean second half, only a couple of calls.
It's been a clean game. Two talented teams. I'm right now in awe of that pass from Kwaku. Did he hit that with the outside of his foot?
I'm not sure. It definitely was his left-footed strike. Close enough. If he hit it with his outside, it probably would have bent a little bit more. That was just a nice driven.
Left foot. Wow, what a ball. Maybe we can take another look at when we get a break at that pass from Kwaku. I don't know how you can hit it that far with your outside of your foot, so he probably didn't, but I mean, what a spectacular pass.
Well, there were high hopes for him coming into this match, and we said he just wasn't able to kind of find the ball, and when he did find the ball, he was under pressure by 2 and 3 players.
Good effort to play it back to Chamba. Chamba, one bounce, one back by Libertyville. A big-time game from Oscar Martinez, and he'll earn the whistle. We have a game here now. Dr. Sari Rose mentioned the North Carolina FC team, rather, elite team that won the U18 Girls National Championship for USYS Soccer. They were up 4-1, gave away 3 goals late, and went to overtime before they found the winner. 5-4. The first with the NCFC name on the crest. They had won some USYS championships with the previous name of Castle.
It was the 79 Castle girls that won it, and the only reason why I was able to figure that out is it was actually on the trophy.
Turnover right here. Georgie trying to make something happen. Georgie Morales headed back in. One bounce to Chamba. They look for Kwaku. Boy, there's been a ton of space for Oscar Martinez. He'll square it. Shot from distance. All right, let's see Kwaku. Watch this pass. I mean, it is ridiculous.
Love that we're able to see this from a different angle. It's going to get dropped back in. And there was a little bit of spin on that angle. You can see the spin. That's a great call, Dean. From the first angle, it looked like it was just kind of hit straight, but that ball did bend a bit over the Libertyville defender, and so it was played with the outside of the foot. Good.
Are you kidding me with that? I mean, that is a long distance pass with the...
I didn't think it was with the outside of the foot because it was such a long distance pass and it didn't quite have the spin, but great of our crew to show that angle because you really can see how it comes off of the foot of Kwaku.
What a ball. What a ball.
Dean, you were talking about the space of Martinez earlier, and prior to him receiving the ball, Jacob Cole had his hands on his hips again. It looked like he was trying to catch a breath. So the back line of Cedar Stars is a little fatigued, and that's allowing the forwards for Libertyville to just check off of them and get into those pockets and not getting enough pressure on them. Once again, he's got pace, so you got to be careful. Are you going to let him turn and then hopefully get some support, which we haven't seen too much, or do you just deny him the ball? Sometimes when you've got a fast player, just can you deny that initial ball in?
So Christian Cruz will get out there. He's the player that you talked about that lost 20 pounds. He'll play D3 at Bloomfield. sent in. 80th minute, kept alive. And that was Martinez, who's already got an assist in this game, coming all the way forward to try to make something happen. You'll see the Libertyville back line fill in. I mean, this team, when the center back comes forward, the holding mid drops back. If Martinez gets too far inside with that right foot, somebody fills that left space. They're just really fluid, talking about Libertyville FC. However, having said that, they have a really slim lead here. It's 2-1, 80 minutes. And coming into the game now, Jack DeBoren. He's going to go to a small college in Connecticut, according to his head coach, Silvers Owusu. By way of Ghana, came over to the States at the age of 13. Went to St. Peter's, the Peacocks, if you remember a couple years ago in the March Madness NCAA basketball tournament. I think the Peacocks made it to the Final Four.
They had the guy that was just draining the threes, right? Wasn't that St. Peter's? Was he the mustache guy?
Yeah.
I don't know why. For those of you at home, I did put both of my fingers over my lips to demonstrate the mustache for you.
Hey, this is a big-time opportunity here. Big-time opportunity. And with the swerve and curve and power that Kwaku has put on it, I'm thinking it's Kwaku on the ball. Yeah, it is. So, I mean, they could go right foot here. But I think I'd take the chances with 90. They do, and they score, of course. Kwaku with a golazo, and we're tied at 2s. Wow.
Well, a shot like that at the top of the box is always tough for a goalkeeper, but there is nothing that Mason Runyard could have done about that. What a tremendous bending ball with Kwaku's left right over the wall and right into the back of the net. And it is Kwaku Ajaben with the tying goal right now to bring Cedar Stars back into this match.
There is magic in that left foot. Unbelievable.
And if I'm going to be fair, I was hoping we were going to see more of that earlier, right? I think I've been a little hard on Kwaku, talking about how good he is on the ball, but not quite getting the support, hasn't made things happen. But he has an assist and a goal in this finals to bring Cedar Stars back into this match. And
he's put the team on his back. I mean, the service for the first goal, ridiculous. And then you're anticipating magic from that free kick, and he brought it. I mean, David Beckham style free kick right there. Absolutely nothing that Mason Runyard could do, and we're tied at 2s.
And at this level, set pieces and free kicks are the game changers sometimes.
So minute 84. We have brought you 4 championships, U13 boys and girls, U18 boys and girls, and now today U19, the James P. McGuire Cup, and then coming up the Evelyn Gill, Kathy Zolad Cup for U19 girls. This one sent across. 3 of those 4 have gone to overtime, and we might be looking at 4 out of 5. On the counter, they'll play advantage. They could bring it back. They don't.
And Harrison Garcia, a little bit of a super sub. We like some of what he did earlier. Able to break free there.
So let's see how Libertyville FC deals with a little bit of adversity because they were very much in control, dictating the tempo, but right now the tempo being set by the team in green, Cedar Stars. It's going to come back to Libertyville FC.
Look at this, just a fantastic ball over the wall, bending into the corner, and then a elated celebration as he knows he's made a difference and bringing his team back to life.
Well, you already mentioned the National Player of the Year that's not here because he's already with Clemson, and Kwaku trying to figure out his next move, but I think he's headed straight to the pros. He certainly looks like he's got what it takes to head straight to the pros.
Well, and nowadays with the advent of that MLS Next, you've got a lot of these young players that can play for a squad, but I'm going to back off as Cedar Stars is in the mix here again.
Kwaku who started it. And saving it from going out of bounds is Mason Runyard. Good hustle, good speed.
And a little bit of the attitude with a little bit of the no finger point too by the goalkeeper there. But you mentioned Ransford Gian, the two-time National Player of the Year. He actually was roommates with Kwaku Ajaban at St. Benedict's. Both of those players, quality players as we've seen here.
Harrison Garcia, number 34 in green, puts enough pressure to allow Cedar Stars to win it back.
And Cedar Stars hasn't really been pressuring those backs, and having success now that they are, if they've got the tank and the energy to do that for these next few minutes.
Well, they've got a throw in. We'll see if they can find Kwaku. Probably the best way to do it is to throw it to somebody besides him. Instead, they go right to him. He drops it off before that third player can come over. So Kwaku has adjusted to what he's seen in the first half, and he has managed it well in the second half.
And part of his managing is that we're seeing more from the rest of his team, right? They're getting into positions of support. They're working to help him out, so it isn't always just 1 versus 3, but hard foul there on Baden Wandling, number 2.
So Kwaku back on the ball. Don't turn your head, folks, because he might be shooting here. He's probably not, but he might be. He's really going to have to bring some heat. You got to think he's going to go far post. He is. And that's a little bit too deep, and it's in the hand of Mason Runyard. That was not a shot. Too far out.
Just put too much on that, but he had the runners in the box. And now it's a matter of Cedar Stars really trying to just press and win those long balls. And the last 2 times they have pressed, they've won them, and that is something they were not doing earlier in this match.
'89th minute. For those of you wondering what the overtime scenario is here in the prestigious James P. McGuire Cup, the oldest standing youth trophy in United States sports history, they'll go 2 15-minute overtimes. No sudden victory. They'll play the full 30 minutes, and if after that we don't have the winner, it'll be penalty kicks to decide the winner of the James P. McGuire Cup.
Away, away. Away.
Cedar Stars, top of the 18. And a whistle called against Cedar Stars. Out of New Jersey, Libertyville FC out of Illinois. That's Andrew Phillips, number 67. Looks like 5 minutes was just indicated by Muhammad Kalia.
And this Cedar Stars team had to battle back yesterday in the semifinals. They found themselves up 3-2 and then ended up dropping a goal late in the 90th minute to the Fire. Tied, went down 4-3 in the 107th minute of overtime, and then got a goal by Christian Oliveira in the 109th minute to tie it, sending it into PKs. So Cedar Stars has had to deal with this type of adversity and has been able to battle back.
So hit your watches, 5 minutes of added time. Begins now. 2-0 lead at one point for Libertyville FC at the half, but Cedar Stars, as Dr. Sari Rose just told you, down but never out. They answer back with 2, as it's the Kwaku show, number 90, an assist and a goal. Both spectacular. I mean, just amazing. As it's, oh, and it gets through! And Cedar Stars Academy, somehow it goes all the way through. Can you believe it? Harrison Garcia running in celebration. How did that get all the way through without a clearance?
Well, Harrison Garcia just with the effort here. We're going to see this in the corner, right? Harrison Garcia, we mentioned, was a bit of a super sub. It gets played in, and that's actually number 42. He's going to be able to spin and turn, and then look at that. I'm not sure if he got a good touch on that or not. He swung around, but I think that was...
Yeah, that was Martin. I think Martin's going to get the goal. Do you think... I'm not even sure if...
I think the turn by Garcia kind of threw off Mason Runyard because he thought he was going to get a touch on it. He didn't, and that just slips through as a goal against Mason Runyard, and here they are again.
Looking for their 4th. Runyard gets a piece of it.
Well, we have seen time and time again where a team has the lead and they settle in. And now here again, this is Oliveira trying to put it in, pokes it, and Runyard has to come up with a big save. But the tides have turned in the last 17 minutes of this match. Cedar Stars now up 3-2 on Libertyville, where Libertyville was just dominating the first half. And Cedar Stars is going to put it in the corner. I'm not sure what your watch has, Dean, but looks like there is just about 3 minutes left to play here.
I've got 2:15. I think Martin's going to get credit for that goal because
and that was number 42. Once again, for Cedar Stars, Martin Pulgarin, who subbed on for them. But Libertyville hasn't been able to get the ball. This has been all Cedar Stars last 15, 16 minutes.
Martin Pulgarin, Colombian, was a starter. He's headed to Rutgers Newark.
We have seen some amazing matches in the finals over the past 3 days, and teams battling back just when you thought they were out. It started on Friday with the U13 girls squad. Columbus United was dominating HTX for most of the game, couldn't get a goal, and then ended up being HTX and PKs, and it hasn't stopped.
No, every game has been better than the next. This one has been remarkable. 2 quality teams, 2 well-coached teams, 2 teams that have won a lot, as a lot of these players have won state titles at St. Benedict's Prep, and they've won titles within USYS. Libertyville FC were hoping with this team that they would win 3 in a row. And they also won back at the U14 level.
Well, Kwaku Ajaban was a young player 2 years ago when the 04 Cedar Stars won the national championship. And now it is him leading this squad right now, and they are moments away from getting another one.
It's going to stay with Cedar Stars. Silvers Owusu, by way of Ghana, the top man, shifting things around. Last night on the call said he would not be afraid to do it. It'll be an infraction on the throw-in, so it'll come back. And I've got just 11 seconds remaining on my 5 minutes. Looks like Libertyville will get one more opportunity to try to tie it. And with that miss hit, I do believe it's going to be one of the more remarkable comebacks, as the Cedar Stars are your James P. McGuire Cup champions. The magic of Kwaku gets it done, and the James P. McGuire Cup headed back to New Jersey with Cedar Stars, a 3-2 come-from-behind win over Libertyville FC.
Just an unbelievable effort. Just when we thought they didn't have enough in the tank, they get 3 goals in the second half, and it is Cedar Stars, the U19 Boys National Championship. And as you mentioned, Kwaku Ajaban, the hero of the match.
One of the most exquisite assists for goal number 1, and then a David Beckham goal, and then the game winner, kind of a shocker, somehow sneaks all the way through here.
It is. It's 34 with a little bit of a dummy. He looks to try and get on the end of it. I think that threw off Mason Runyard. And so, unbelievable team effort, and you see the celebration there. It says it all.
Kwaku, big stage, big moment, big game.
He may have heard me being a little disparaging of him earlier and was like, all right, it's time for me to raise the level.
There is the prestigious James P. McGuire Cup trophy. It'll be presented when we return. Cedar Stars, national champs. This broadcast is brought to you by New York Life. Scan the QR code now to play soccer trivia for a chance to win tickets to a U.S. soccer match, thanks to New York Life. What a story out of New Jersey. Cedar Stars, led by that man, number 90, Kwaku. A big-time talent, bringing his team all the way back from a 2-0 deficit. And Cedar Stars wins the prestigious James P. McGuire Cup, the USYS 19U Boys National Championship, by a final score of 3-2 over Libertyville FC. 10-second thought real quick, Dr. Rose.
Well, I love the fact that Cedar Stars was able to come back. We thought they were down and out. They looked fatigued, but they got a second gear, and it was Kwaku Ajaban that led that attack, and I love it. Effort from him. Bright future for that young man.
All right, we're not done here. Coming back at 10:30 for the Evelyn Gill Kathy Zoled U19 Girls National Championship between Michigan Rangers and Fort Wayne United. Your James P. McGuire Cup winners, Cedar Stars, out of New Jersey.